DCM.WORKS. We taste like chicken. Welcome to Not Another Smallville. My name is Steph, and I've never seen the show before.
And my name's David, and I've seen it before, and I'm very sad.
And this is season 1, episode, is it 6?
6.
6.
Yes.
Boys and girls, your attention, please. Presenting a new exciting radio program featuring the thrilling adventures of an amazing and incredible personality.
Probably
the saddest episode
the darkest episode.
Like, wow,
What?
they went from 0 to 100 so fast.
I don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
It's too early in the series.
Yeah, I just can't, like...
I can't even
It
talk.
was so
Oh my God.
dark.
Okay.
We went from, like, campy fun to just... Yeah. So your test, as always, for every week, what was the story?
Okay, so basically, Clark and Pete are working at an old people's home.
Mhm.
Lana's there. She takes an old man out to,
Just for a walk or whatever? He's in
for a
wheelchair,
walk, and then he
yeah.
asks her to go back to go get a scarf, and he goes to have a smoke.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, there's also another resident at the old people's home. She's an elderly lady who is, people talk and say that she can see people's futures or
See
tell
the
their fortunes.
future.
And so anyway, she's talking to Clark, and all of a sudden she starts to act as though she's like choking, and like the man outside simultaneously is coughing because he's gone for a smoke and he's dropped his lighter and he's like in a wheelchair, so he's trying to grab it, but it's like difficult. And anyway, he falls into a pond.
That's electrocuted for some reason.
He was electrocuted for some reason.
Still.
And of course, the pond has kryptonite,
Kryptonite in it. Yep.
And anyway, he turns from an old man into a young man.
To a young man.
And, so anyway, backstory is he was a murderer back in the day.
Back in the day, yep.
But he's pretty old, served his time, so they...
Like, whatever.
Whatever, but now that he's young, he was going after the ancestors of the people that...
They convicted him, yeah.
Yeah,
The jurors,
essentially. And, but also, I suppose, the other, plot point in the story is that this woman with these powers...
Oh, boy.
That happened, after the meteors came.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because she was blinded by the meteor explosion, but she could see the future afterwards. Which is that's kind of cool.
It is really cool.
It's actually, I really like this episode.
Yeah, and, but she essentially... She tells Clark's future, and she knows immediately that he's not like other people.
Yeah.
And she sees... But the thing is Clark sees his future as well. Normally, she's the only one who sees it and tells it to them. And anyway, so she sees Clark's future and sees that he's surrounded by, endless graves, of, like, the people that he loves, which, of course, is because he's invincible. He will outlive...
Everyone
that he knows. And then anyway, he freaks out but goes back and wants another reading, and she sort of gives him a pep talk about how he's destined for greatness, and I've seen you before.
Yeah, she's seen him in other people's visions.
She's seen him in other people's visions.
Which we can only assume as Superman.
As Superman.
Super cool.
Yeah, and so anyway...
I got really dumb about that's really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then anyway, she gives him another look, and there's, scenes of, like, a girl being almost engulfed in a house fire and, like, saving people from car accidents and, like, bleeding out, and she's like, these are the people that you're destined to save.
Yeah.
At the same time, Lex Luthor knows that something's going on with Clark.
Yeah, because Clark's all, like, I've bloody found the... Yeah, well, you mean with the car stuff?
With the car, he invites Clark to go have a look at his car.
Yep.
And is the car
Porsche.
that was originally the Porsche that was in the original accident where Clark saved Lex's life. And anyway, so he's like, there's no way that I can be alive. I've had my people go over it like dozens of times. There's no way that I should be alive.
He's like, I should be dead.
And he's asking Clark questions, and then anyway...
Well, because he also knows now that the way the roof ripped off couldn't have happened from
the way that it crashed. Someone had to rip it off.
So he knows something's up.
He knows something's up, and
of course, because did Clark rip the roof off? I think so. Yeah. Pull him out.
Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Anyway, and then so he sort of tries to seek answers from the lady about Clark, and she refuses to give him any information on Clark.
Yep.
And instead offers him his own fortune, and he says no.
He's like, I'm chuffing off, mate. I'm going. I'm out of here.
Anyway, back to the murderer. He tries to kill Papa Kent because he has something against Papa
Kent's dad, who was
the grandfather. And
well, he just straight up tries to murder Martha.
Oh yeah, and then she ends up getting herself trapped in a silo and kills him anyway by like getting all the corn.
Yeah, but that was scary.
It was scary.
There was some. This was like the first episode where the guy, like the killer, didn't have like a power. He was just a guy.
Just a guy with a knife, with a machete,
and a fucking piano wire that he used to kill people. Also, great murder weapon, piano wire, because he couldn't get into the conservatorium or whatever it was. But this was just like, this was such a real episode. Yeah. You know, we had a lot of just very dark...
A lot of the time it's like, Iceman or whatever. But this was just this guy, like, so he was old and got brought back to...
But still just a murderer.
Just a murderer.
Very
just a guy with a knife.
Yeah, just a guy with a knife. Very un-Superman-y, you know. Much more the kind of thing that you would expect to see in a Batman comic. Just, dealing with normal murderers or whatever. But
anyway, can we talk about the end of the episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about why we both were just like, oh.
Lex Luthor. So this is why we were so very sad. Lex Luthor, at the end of the episode, comes to see Cassandra, the old lady.
Goes to see the old lady. Tell him my fortune,
says,
right? Yep.
I've changed my mind. I want my fortune. And she holds his hand. And she sees Lex Luthor as president of the United States, which, yes, you did call.
In a sweet white suit.
But also that was in the comics, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it depends, but
depends
on the comics. But he does most of the time become president.
Yeah, and then then it goes to him in a field of sunflowers, and he's standing there happy. Goes to smell one of the sunflowers. The sunflower starts to wilt, and all of a sudden, all of them around him wilt.
Yep,
and then there's just bones everywhere, and the sky's black, and starts to rain blood.
Yep.
And he's standing there essentially being bathed in blood.
Yep.
And then she stops having the vision, and he can't see the vision. He has to rely on her to tell him.
Yeah.
And she is holding his hand, and he's like, "Oh, okay. So what did you see?" And she died.
She's just dead.
She's dead.
And it's like, whoa.
And anyway, Lex sort of
freaks out. He looks really shaken. Yeah.
He was shaken.
Which he would be. Lady just died in front of you holding a hand. Like, that's... it's just really dark.
And it's like, he probably wonders what she saw to, give her that reaction.
Would fuck with you so bad.
Oh, for sure.
Especially someone like Lex, who, he likes to be in control of his life or whatever. And suddenly, you've got this woman who can tell the future and... Gone.
It was probably the first time that he didn't feel like he was in control of his own destiny.
Yeah, well exactly. I mean, that and, when the crash... are the only two times, But that, just, wow. Really, whew, boy, if that isn't some heavy shit that they just threw in there.
It was ridiculous.
But pretty heavy episode overall.
It was.
We did, however, open the episode with... Did we open the episode with the tits, or was that...
Oh, there was, one of the opening scenes.
It was after the opening credits, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was just, zoom in on some boobs.
I think it was supposed to be the necklace,
no,
but it was mostly
totally
tits.
the boobs.
It was a lot of boobs.
It was totally the boobs.
It was a lot, and it was a weird, it didn't really add anything.
Honestly, the what's it called, cinematography?
Yeah.
Is a lot different in this episode than what it had normally been, I feel.
Probably a different director, maybe.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're right. They were a lot less awkwardly shot.
Yeah, this episode overall, the plot was good.
Big step up.
It didn't feel so villain of the weeky. Of course it is, but
it felt a little less gimmicky.
Like there's going to be a story that follows on from this, rather than Clark saves everyone.
Yeah, there was definitely ongoing consequence. And we got our first little glimpse of the fact that this is a really violent kind of world that they live in as well. We got our first sort of real, the bloke tries to stab Clark. And we got an awesome bit of CG there where the knife shatters in slow motion. Yeah, the knife
shatters in slow motion.
It looked so good.
Yeah, for the time, it looked really good.
Awesome. We both were just like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Shatters. That, he just went for a kill. That's just a kill shot. It's gone from these villains who have these fun, whatever, to just people that really genuinely are trying to hurt people. And that, it's an interesting kind of change.
And it's good because it was the first time that Lana hasn't been the victim, when you think about it.
I didn't even think about that.
She wasn't the victim.
She was barely in it this episode.
Yeah, it wasn't about her.
Yeah. That's interesting. Maybe that's why it felt less villain of the weeky.
Yeah, because it wasn't about the damsel in distress. It was about...
his family and legacy and stuff.
And then the fact that Mama Kent just whacked him over the head with a vase.
She
glassed him.
She
and
straight up glassed him.
He didn't even get a cut.
He didn't bleed, not even once.
No,
Primetime television can't have blood.
Yeah.
Unless it rains from the sky.
Yeah, because
is
you're not
weird.
actually seeing it come out of someone.
I'm giving you a face. I'm like, what is that? That makes sense, I guess, right?
It does.
Sort
like,
of.
If you see...
I mean, raining blood isn't, like, it's grotesque, but it's not, like, gruesome.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, glassing someone, if
You're
this
like,
was...
that hurts.
Yeah, if it was like
It's
Walking...
inappropriate for
If it was like The
kids.
Walking Dead, you'd see, like, it'd be horrendous, because glassing someone is awful.
Yeah.
But this, he's just like, oh, my head. And then a little bit later, he walks off the porch, he's like, no, my head's fine.
Oh, my head.
It's
And
fine,
then,
fine
yeah.
now. Although it might have been like a crystal vase, probably wouldn't have glassed. Like, he wouldn't have been, like, impaled.
Yeah,
know.
no, I don't
Not
think
not
so.
like if you glass someone with, like, a glass from the pub or whatever,
Mm.
it's, crystal shatters. So maybe that's, let's say it was crystal.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting slowly to enjoy little pieces of the show.
Yeah.
There are moments where,
And
I
there's
mean...
times where it's like you sort of fill in the gaps for the show and you're like, oh...
Yeah, I've noticed that you do a lot of heavy lifting for the show,
Yeah.
Like, that being said, I really liked... it's just because I'm a comic book nerd, but I got a little giddy when she did the reference to the saving the people. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that was like, and she's seen him in other visions. I was like, oh, that's a really cool.
Yeah, when she's like, I've seen you before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. Like, that's an interesting dynamic to introduce for Clark, because he's at this point just like a kid or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she's this is like the first real time that we've had someone go, you've got a bigger destiny than you think you do. But it's not just like his parents saying it or whatever. This is like someone that can genuinely tell the future.
Yeah.
And that's like a weird thing to give a kid, right?
Yeah, of course it is.
Particularly a kid like Clark, who doesn't really know what he's doing a lot of
No.
the time.
Yeah.
Can't really ask out a girl without it being weirdly passive-aggressive. He's got like 3 friends, and she's like, yeah, you're gonna bloody save a bunch of people, mate. And he's like, oh, fuck, I guess that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
But I think it's like the first time that he sort of like sort of looked pensively towards... No, it's not the first time that he looked pensively towards the camera, but it's like he's like...
First time he had a reason to, do you mean?
No, but the first time that he felt like he had a reason, like, for being.
Yes.
Like, that's...
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
He's always been so angsty about his powers, and then this time, like, he's like, oh, cool, maybe I can save people.
Well, yeah, he's like, maybe I can give people hope.
Yeah.
And that's like, yeah, that's really cool.
And he sort of...
to sort of offer that
He
a
then
bit.
wasn't scared. He actually tried to embody that when he was saving that girl. Like, he, like... had no issues with using his super speed to just appear in front of the murderer, and then when he throws her in front of a truck, like, just going straight under and, like, saving her. The thing is that, like, a lot of weird things happen in Smallville, so I think he could get away with doing those things, and people wouldn't think much of it.
People
Except for Lex.
Except for Lex, who is definitely sniffing around
Yeah,
now.
Lex knows
He
now. He knows
sus
something's
on
weird.
Clark
Yeah.
so bad. Even if he doesn't know that Clark has powers, he knows something's up. He's getting a little more aggressive too, I've noticed, just like personality-wise.
he
Like, he's
is.
getting a little bit scarier in
Yeah.
bits and pieces. Like, to the point where he's kind of getting to that, like, zone of, like, being, he went from being sort of very nice to sort of being nice, but there's sort of, like, this viciousness, behind it. It's interesting. I think he's doing a great job acting-wise, by the way. We haven't talked about how good
He's so
he
good.
is. I think the actor's name is Michael
Rosenbaum?
Yeah.
Or something?
I was going to say Rosenbaum, but it might be It's probably Rosenbaum, I think. Doesn't matter. But yeah, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he is.
Like, he's really stepped it up. And I think that the other cast members, particularly, toward the end of this episode, might just be because the script was really good. But, like, it felt like everyone made sense. No one was like a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, no one was
Clark really felt
emotionless. It was actually...
Everyone felt there.
Yeah.
Which is
And there was
awesome.
no awkward dialogue where, like, something happens and then Clark's like, Lana, and, like, runs to save the day. Yeah.
We did.
He did.
We did get the killer finger gunning in the mirror.
Yeah.
Which was a little goofy.
Yeah, but to be fair, he's, like, from the 30s.
But he's also a serial killer. Like, it just is a weird way to introduce a serial killer.
I just find it weird that, like, they'd bother with, like, that an 80-year-old man coming back to life, though, would... Not back to life, but, like...
Getting young again.
Being young again would even bother trying to fulfill that, though.
Yeah.
Because then wouldn't he want to, like, also kill Clark?
Well, I think so,
and
but...
kill, like, all of these people's kids?
Yeah, I guess. But then, like, what? Well, I guess he was trying.
Oh, yeah,
to,
he was
like,
trying
he tried to
to.
kill Zoe, and then
Yeah.
then he was like, Zoe was the waitress, by the way, for anyone at home, that Clark saved under the truck. But like, I guess he was, because he was going after Jonathan, right? Because I thought the implication was that he was going after the kids of the Jiras, right? So Jonathan was the kid of the Jira. But then I think maybe Zoe's grandfather or her father might have already been dead or something.
Yeah.
Because I think he said that
Oh, yeah.
she's like, she died a year ago or whatever.
Yeah, like passed or something.
Might have been her mother or whatever. Yeah. So I think maybe Zoe's parent that was the Jira is already dead. So he was like, I'll go after the granddaughter because that's the future of this family at this point. You know? It's just kind of like, I don't know, like it's just a really interesting, like, it would have been more, I think it would have been more interesting maybe if he sort of had more of a reason than just it happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because he was just an old guy.
Yeah, but at this, I guess maybe he feels like his life was ruined. But then again, he ruined it himself.
Yeah, and then yeah, exactly. It's like I guess if you're a murderer, you're not exactly thinking rationally about stuff. You're
no, you're just a murderer.
You're not sitting at home being like, well, when you think about it, it was my poor decisions that ruined my life, not the Jira's. I don't think that's like he's maybe a little more biased in his opinion.
Yeah.
Considering he has killed people with a piano string.
Yeah.
Piano, which is
wild string.
Piano wire. I
don't
thought
know.
pianos had strings. Do they have metal?
It looked like a wire.
It looked metal. It looked like just a metal wire that you would use to strangle a person.
That's what I thought it was.
Which is fucking crazy. Like, it's a kid's show.
It'd cut.
Yeah.
Like
it's very effective to kill
either,
people.
like, suffocate or bleed out.
Yep. It does a job really well. Like, it's a... Yeah.
Remind me to never get killed by you.
No, it's a good weapon as well, because you don't leave any fingerprints. And it just looks like the person's been suffocated. I only know this because in the Hitman video games, that's his like main tool.
Oh, okay.
It comes out of a watch, and you go, boop, you bloody strangle people. So there you go.
Fair enough.
Now I sound like a sociopath.
Yeah, you do.
But that's fine.
That's fine.
Promise I won't strangle you with a piano wire.
Thank you.
Or
With
string.
something else?
Something else, maybe. I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
Who knows? There's lots of cables around here.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of... I
My
strangle you with a microphone
scarf.
cable. Your scarf. I don't know how effective that would be. Might take too long.
Might make me very warm.
You know what? It's fine though. You'll die and you'll be not cold, so that's good.
That's true.
And really, isn't that what it's all about?
It is. As long as I'm dead, I can't feel the cold.
We learned that from last week as well.
Well, yeah.
With Frosty Guy.
With Frosty Guy,
Frosty
yes.
bloke, Sean.
Yes. Sean.
Have you noticed? I don't know if this is just me, but they've started doing it more and more where they'll introduce characters, which is fine. You're allowed to do that. It's a TV show. And then they'll go away because it's like part of the plot of the episode. But there's just like I mean, it's not that hard to like just use someone that's already in the cast.
Yeah, no. But I feel like though, because there's only 6 episodes, they don't have anyone that
you think they've like kind of hit the end of a little bit. It kind of feels like they're starting to get to the point where they're like, maybe if we introduce some more kind of characters with a little more longevity.
Yeah.
You know, but even then, like, I just don't... It's just weird that we're not seeing more people in this town.
Yeah, because there's actually, like, only about 5 characters that we see.
Yeah, it's just weird. You know, Clark's never like, hey, to people in the halls. We just don't really...
It's just, it's like he only knows Chloe and Pete and Lana and Whitney. And then...
That's it, yeah.
When another person in the town, like, is needed to be, like, the new villain. It's like, oh, hey, I've known you for years.
Yep. We've seen 2 teachers in total at the school, which is super weird. Because, like, teachers would be, like, really... I feel like the relationship between Clark and his teachers would be really interesting. Because he's...
No, because he's smart.
Because Superman is never, like, the smartest, but he's... you know, you're a kid with these powers or whatever, and you know that there are things out there, and, you know, he's an alien or whatever, and he's got these superpowers. So, like, being taught stuff when you know things like that would be tough. Like, you would have, like, a conflicting kind of... Because you'd be like, yeah, well, what do you know? You know, I know all this stuff that you don't.
That's true, yeah.
It could be kind of... Especially because he's so fucking angsty.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be, like, a fun interaction, but I'm guessing we're never going to see a teacher.
Probably not, no.
Because, like, that just wouldn't be fun, I guess.
No.
Whatever. I don't know how much longer, because they're at high school now, and they're not in, this is the year before their final year?
I'm assuming so. So maybe the next season will be their final year, and then...
Yeah, because I know the end of school is, like, a big thing in the show, but I think it's the end of next season.
Mm.
Because we kind of need to get the Lana stuff a little bit resolved before then. Maybe?
Well, maybe not.
I don't
They
know.
could carry that out for the whole show. Unless they eventually write her out.
I think they do from memory, but I don't think it's still really late in.
Mm.
Like, super late in the piece. But that being said, like, it's an interesting kind of... It's an interesting idea to kind of, like, have... Because she has basically now said we're just friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of feels like what they're doing is they're, like... They'll be friends, and then Whitney's going to go away at some point.
Yeah.
And we'll get... Like, she'll either... Like, maybe it'll just be that eventually they get together, and for extraneous reasons that have nothing to do with them as people, they have to split up.
Yeah, I feel like that would
'Cause that-
probably have a lot to do with it.
Because that's, like, less problematic than actually having them not be compatible. Because
Yeah.
they obviously wouldn't be. Like, although we don't really know enough about them to know if they even would have anything to, like, be in common about.
Do they even talk about anything? Like, they don't...
Well, I think the problem is
They don't have anything to relate.
Yeah, I get... The trouble is, like, it's such a weird way to... Because of the way the show's cut together, we don't see, like, character moments ever. We just get plot, right?
We just get plot.
So, like, you don't get to see how Clark deals with his parents on a day-to-day basis. You don't really get a sense for their relationship that well. You just get a sense for how it works in the context of what's happening. Same with someone like Lana. Like, we don't just get to see them hanging out at school, which is more interesting a lot of the time than whatever's the plot's going to be. Like, character moments are always great, but we don't get a lot of them here.
Yeah,
So we don't really know if they have anything to talk about.
that's true.
Because they could. Like,
They
they could honestly get along really well. We know that they definitely have some chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly, like, from the end of episode 2 or 3, I can't remember, when they yell at the sky or whatever. That's really cute.
Yeah, that is cute.
That moment in the coffee shop is really cute as
Yeah.
well, where she sits on his chair, and they definitely have chemistry there. But then on the date they go on, it's like they told Tom Welling, they were like, you have to be really... You
awkward.
have to make this awkward and weird. But even if it was awkward and weird, they still would have chemistry.
Yeah.
But it was like they both were actively trying not to have chemistry.
Not to, yeah.
Just weird. Like, that was a weirdly shot kind of... Like, I don't know. Did they tell the actors to just be like, okay, pretend that you have
no emotions
Yeah.
at all.
Pretend that you have no feelings other than Clark is being passive-aggressive. And you just react to that, Lana Lang. You just have to be annoyed at him for us. Instead of, like, probably what should have happened, which is Clark is, like, awkward and trying to be, like, not forward or whatever because she's got a boyfriend. And they talk, and she's like, well, you're not saying much. Like, what's going on? And then that's when you have...
And then him being like, hey, I like you.
Yeah, and he's like, well,
something.
Anything where they just have a
point.
connection.
Yeah.
Because they have chemistry, but there's nothing, like, they just... What are they doing?
Yeah.
And also, but, like, what interests does Clark have? What does he do for fun?
Like, he doesn't do anything. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's just got no... Like, what
he is
what's
cardboard.
He's a cardboard cutout of future Superman. Like,
Yeah.
he
He actually doesn't have anything.
This was the first episode where we saw him, like, kind of get a bit of personality. He was
Yeah.
like, maybe I will help and save people. You
Yeah.
know. But, like, what does he do for fun? Like, we just don't know anything about these characters. I know it's only episode 5. But, like... I mean, I get, the character we know the most about, truthfully, is Lex Luthor. You know, he fences for fun. He's really in shape. He actually has personality and character, and he does stuff in the world. Everyone else feels like the minute the camera's off them, they just stop existing. Really weird, except Chloe, obviously, who's got her,
Also,
fortune
I
now.
just got what she meant when she said someone close to you will die soon.
Yeah, she meant herself.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, that's why Clark...
I just got that.
That's why yeah.
Oh!
That's why at the end, he's like, oh, she
saw her own future.
Mate.
Okay!
Yeah.
I get it now. I was a bit lost for a second.
Jeez, I thought that okay, all right, no, okay, good. Well, the important thing is you got there in the end.
I got there in the end.
That
I
took
understand
you a while.
now. Did.
That's
It did.
Yep. She real dead though. She's also I know that old lady from somewhere, but I don't know where. I think she's in other stuff probably.
She probably is like the token old age
old lady
actor.
I think she might be. God, no, I can't remember. I think she's like a She might be in like Chronicles of Riddick or something. I don't know. Like she's one of those old people that turns up when they need like an old blind-looking woman.
Yeah.
Did they just put in like
They would have put in contacts. Or
yeah,
something.
I was gonna say like you can just get like contacts that make with like transparent white
Yeah.
or whatever because you can get different colors and shit.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. I don't know enough about contact lenses. But yeah, look, I think next week probably what we're gonna see is a little more of Lex being suspicious.
Yeah, definitely.
He's really like
maybe some sort of maybe like some not backlash,
Fallout.
like just
What?
like him reacting to the fact that this woman died and him wondering what his future.
Oh, going through a bit of a crisis.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that could be really interesting. This could be the turning point for him where he sort of starts to become a little bad.
Yeah.
You know, which could be
Because
interesting.
like may as well. That's my
if that's
destiny.
where it's going, might as well get the go in or go home kind of thing. I want to spend some time with Clark and Lana, get to know both what they have in common and what the fallout has been from their weird awkward date, because we didn't really see that.
No, actually, she acted like everything was fine.
Yeah, where are they standing now? What's their relationship like? Where are Chloe and Clark as well? Because that's kind of weird as well. You know, like, where are we sitting with these characters? So I'm hoping to get a little bit more of just where we're at status quo wise.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll get that next week, or at least maybe like a bit of a more holistic picture of what all of these characters have in common. But I guess we'll learn that as we go. You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 10 seasons.
There's a lot.
Yep.
I'm hoping we get more CG knives, because that was a sick.
That was pretty cool.
Like that was although you know what it is, like in a normal show, we'd be like, oh, whatever, it's fine. But because the rest of the CG
everything else has
so
been
bad,
so bad, it's like, oh wow, they put effort into this.
Came out of nowhere
they
as well.
put effort into
like
this.
it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Once again, another week where Clark didn't punch anyone.
True.
I'm hanging out for it, mate. I want a punch. I want him to punch on someone. It'll happen.
Oh, I bet it'll be Whitney.
You reckon Whitney's okay? You reckon
Maybe.
Whitney's gonna get powers?
Oh no, I don't think he's gonna be bad, but I reckon he'll punch him.
It's fair. I would punch him. His stupid face with his stupid blonde hair
Yeah.
and his stupid bloody football jacket.
Yeah.
We hate you, Whitney.
Yeah.
Well, we don't hate you. We dislike you thoroughly.
Yeah.
Strongly? I think hate's too strong.
Hate is a strong word. He hasn't really done anything.
He hasn't
wrong.
done anything. Well, but that's why we don't like him.
Yeah, because he hasn't done
He
anything.
hasn't done anything. So do something next week, Whitney, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we'll see you guys next week for more of the hot mess that is Smallville. Boy, this was so dark. Such a dark episode.
Oh my god. Thanks for listening. If you want to support the show, just head to patreon.com/DCM.WORKS.